right, Big Court, man, how you
Good.
doing?
I'm good, brother. What's good with you, man?
Man, same as you, grinding out here, doing it, just trying to get it in, man.
Man, I'm trying to get the Hold the Court podcast to catch up with Cam Capone, bro.
Oh, man, come on, man, you doing it. I see you with them big interviews, man. You interviewed, what, Jay Prince,
Yeah,
Ice-T,
yeah.
DJ Battlecat,
DJ Battle Cat, Master P,
Master
Bone
P.
Thugs and Harmony. Man, you name it, I done had them. You know what I'm saying? Lil Easy E, we just had X-rated. So yeah, we've been running it up.
Yeah, you guys
Bosco
are.
100, Crip Mac a few times, all of that.
Yeah, shout out Bosco.
Shout out to the homie Bosco 100. I got some stuff that I'm doing with him in Kansas City here in June, as a matter of fact.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
can you talk about it?
Well, it ain't solidified yet, so I ain't gonna speak on it. It's supposed to be solidified Monday, so
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, I don't want to throw it out there prematurely.
All right, well, let's get right into it, man. I think some of the biggest news in hip hop, entertainment, some of the biggest stuff we've probably had in a long time, man, is Will Smith getting upset at Chris Rock's joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, going up on stage and smacking him.
Yeah.
Just bam, and just walking off, cocky as a motherfucker, like nothing. What'd you think when you seen that?
You know what, bruh? I mean, it definitely was a ignominious event for the culture. You know what I'm saying? For me, man, it's a layered situation. You know what I mean? I mean, for one, if we dissect the Will Smith part, right? So if we talk about Will Smith, I don't think that the smack was really for the joke itself. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it was about the joke. I think that Will Smith, over the years has found himself in a trick bag. Will has been so, I would say, obsequious in terms of Hollywood, meaning that, I think that he's been trying to dance for the establishment, you know what I mean? Trying to be who they want him to be, and I think that he allowed, I think he, to some degree, may have lost himself in Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? Because he set this standard for himself that he couldn't live up to. So setting this standard of being the squeaky clean cut, always smiling, always taking a high road, I mean, you're still human, you know what I mean? And I think, unfortunately, Jada, a lot of this shit started from that bullshit. I think she was it precipitated from her putting her family business out there. That's why you got to keep your relationship private. You keep your family shit private. That red table talk shit, that's where all of this bullshit started from. You know what I mean? So when you introduce the world into your bedroom, into your life, into your affairs, and then you open up the door for everybody to have an opinion, you know what I mean? And even though when you have notoriety, yeah, you have to have thick skin and all of that, but you're still human. So when people think they know you, when people think they know your business, everybody has an opinion, I think it got the best of them. And not to make excuses, I think that he was wrong. He was wrong, but I get it though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very protective of my wife. You feel me? So I've done worse in behind disrespect of my wife. You feel me? So I'm not gonna be the one to sit up here and be a hypocrite and try to act like I'm holier than thou. But there is time and place. But I think that the Smiths as a whole, they've given the world the bat to beat them with. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the cautionary tale in there, man. Keep your business out of social media. They made their real life everybody's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And dude had a breaking point. Now, would he have hit if it was me up there? You know what I'm saying? And I said the joke where he had got up and tried to come slap me. I doubt it. If it was Mike Tyson, I doubt it. If it was, The Rock, I doubt it. I think that he somewhat kind of may have picked and choosed, who he did that to, in a sense. And, more importantly, too, I think Chris Rock, I don't think that was for him. I don't think he deserved that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Chris Rock is almost a 60-year-old man. You know what I mean? And I don't even think the joke was necessarily in bad taste. Again, we can acknowledge it's probably not about the joke. But, you know, Chris Rock has you know, he was bullied as a kid. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Chris Rock has recently been diagnosed with having Asperger's and being on the spectrum, meaning that, you know, Chris Rock has struggled, and he said this publicly, he struggled with social settings. He struggled with personal relationships because a lot of times when people are on the spectrum of Asperger's, they don't understand social cues. You know what I mean? They can't read the room, you know, like most people can. So sometimes he just says shit without thinking, you know? So I definitely hate that it had to be Chris Rock that had to take
So
that.
if it's you and your wife's sitting there
Yeah.
and the comedian says a joke like that,
Yeah.
what you doing?
I probably wouldn't had responded like that. You know what I mean?
Did you see the full thing though?
I
Because
did.
I think there's a piece of it that people are missing, right? So Will's laughing, right? And everybody now knows, because I didn't know, that Jada, she has a condition, right?
Alopecia.
Alopecia, and I guess she can't grow hair. But Will Smith knew this
Right.
and still laughed at the joke.
Right.
And then when he seen that his wife wasn't laughing,
Right.
is when he got mad.
Exactly.
So it was like, wait a minute, was it disrespectful? Because you didn't really think it was disrespectful at first, and you knew she has these problems.
Right.
You didn't think it was disrespectful until she thought it was disrespectful.
Absolutely.
Which I felt was a beta male move.
Well, we all know that
know?
Will Smith is not an alpha, and he's admitted that as well. I think he's always wanted to be an alpha. But is it? Because, I mean, listen, when you talk about manhood is a continuum. So even when you talk about that, does that make him less of an alpha because he responded to the hurt and his woman being mortified? You feel me? Because I wouldn't have responded like that. I wouldn't have. Not like that. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes where the disrespect takes place is where it needs to be addressed. You see what I'm saying? Especially when you talk about on the world stage. But
was it disrespectful? I mean, was it that bad of a joke?
No, it wasn't. You know, but it
wasn't. It's not
wasn't.
like Chris Rock was like ragging on her all night.
No, you're right.
You know
you're
what
right.
I mean? I could see if like she became the butt of the joke of the night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was like, it wasn't even that good of a
joke. It wasn't. But see, it wasn't about the joke. See, that's what I'm saying. That slap and that movement, that what he did, that reaction was for everything that's been said and been happening for the past couple years. Because she opened the door for everybody in their fucking business. That's what that slap was. That slap was for all you fucking media people, all you comedians, everybody that got something to say that have made him the poster child of emasculation. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that example was. And it was perfect for him because, again, you have someone who's not going to fight back. So it wasn't about, Chris Rock was collateral damage. It wasn't about the joke. It wasn't about Chris Rock. It was about the narrative. You know what I'm saying? So what he was slapping was the narrative of y'all think I'm a punk pussy bitch pushover. Y'all think that we're the butt of y'all jokes. Y'all think y'all know who we are. Y'all think y'all, you know, talking all this shit about us. Y'all gonna stop that shit tonight. You know what I mean? So I think that was what was in his head in that split second. You know what I mean? And listen, we all human. You know what I mean? I don't think that Will Smith, I don't think this is a disreputable moment for Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? I think that he can come back from this. How I would have responded, you know, I'd have kept it a little more player, you know what I'm saying, and kept it a little more G, to be very honest with you. I mean, I definitely wouldn't have done it like that, but, you know, coming from, OG always told me, you give a man a way out, you know what I'm saying? Meaning that I probably would have pulled him to the side after the fact and been like, hey, let me holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he had stood on it, once I let him know that, hey, that wasn't cool, you know, my wife is going through this, she didn't appreciate it, and if he didn't respond, you know, adequately and apologize, then at that point I would have slapped the shit out of him, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't have handled it like that. I probably would have had words with him after the fact. But then, you know, people say, like you said, beta, right, though? So people, you know, I
say beta.
Yeah.
Because he was okay with it.
Right.
Until she wasn't okay
Exactly.
with it.
That I don't think that's beta though, bro. I don't think that's a beta male because
you don't think he should stand on thinking it's an okay joke?
No. I mean, because when you love someone, right? That's no more than, think about it. It's like if you have two brothers, right? Or cousins. They're fighting, right? You know how brothers can say whatever to each other? One might be fat, one might be skinny. The skinny one might say to the fat brother, "You fat motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? That's how they talk to each other, right? But let somebody on the outside say that, they gonna jump you. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker that just called his brother fat, let an outsider say, "You fat motherfucker," they finna beat your ass. So you understand what I'm saying? So it's that protection of that loved one. You know, so yeah, it was funny to Will, but once he seen the response of his wife, this woman that he loves, that protector came out. And I think only if you really been through some shit with your partner and that marriage, that bond. I mean, that's why I say I get it. You know what I mean? Because my wife's response to some shit, it might be some shit that don't bother me, that may bother her. And then it's like, oh, okay, I got to reevaluate that. Oh, you upset? What happened? You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, I wouldn't have tripped off that, but you tripping off that? Okay, let's go see about that then. You know what I mean? So I think that's probably actually an alpha trait of being a protector. You know what I'm saying? I think it would have been more beta if he had suppressed that emotion. You know what I'm saying? If he had seen that she was tripping and then he just, "Oh, babe, it's okay. It's just a joke. Ha ha ha." That's more of a beta move, you know, because especially if you know what I mean? Like, you ain't protecting your woman. So
protecting her from a little joke, though?
It's not the joke, it's the narrative.
But it was the joke at the time.
It's not about the joke.
I think it is about the joke.
I don't think it was the joke, bro. It's the narrative.
But that's
everybody got a threshold. Everybody has a threshold and a limit.
But that's not Chris Rock's fault.
I agree. He was collateral damage.
He's a comedian.
He's collateral damage. You know, I agree with you.
I don't think
he didn't deserve it.
You know, Will Smith should have followed his wife's lead by being mad. I think she should have more followed his lead, you know, and being like, okay, it's a joke, and it's not even that serious.
Maybe, but that's not what it was. You know?